Oi, get down. Get down. Come on. On there. Good boy. Okay, plan of action today. Use the camera to vlog because Google's still. Oh, very bright in here. Okay, we're going to talk about injuries and stuff today because my knee is still playing up, but my back is better. I'll explain why. Also, we have my cousin over. He's staying here for the week. Well, staying for a couple of weeks actually because there's a job day in Gloucester. Yes, first time I've seen him in 8 months. Something like that. Something stupid. And also, we're hitting gym because man like Owen need to get a bigger back and bigger shoulders. So, should be fun. Injuries can literally happen everywhere, whether that be, quite frankly, out here, walking the dogs. I've done that happen a few times. They could be on the rugby pitch.
In the lead, George North. Oh, painful day for the left wing. Doesn't get any better.
Football pitch, go on. They could be in the gym. Again, I've done that a couple of times. They can be just walking down the street and, you guessed it, even at work.
Injured at work? Call the most experienced. Call National Accident Helpline on 0800 556 557 or go to underdog.co.uk.
But there are lots of ways that an injury can happen, and annoyingly people don't know enough about stopping the injury, preventing the injury, or rehabbing the injury. So we're going to talk about that now. Okay, so my current injuries are this shoulder, actually, this knee, my back. I don't really class as an injury anymore, oh god, because it's kind of sorted, but again it's also not because it keeps happening. Milo! Ooh, there we go, stabilise you a little bit more. The shoulder injury came from the muscle ups you were seeing earlier on I did today. I think it may have been also from having the treatment. Don't you dare nick it. Yeah, bastard. I had some treatment on my back where, actually, Miles, you know Miles, he's a sports masseuse. So I had him do some treatment on me and it was really good. Lower back, no pain whatsoever. Shoulder, hurts like fuck. But that's not really the main issue. Well, it wasn't until I decided to do muscle ups and do them painfully. What is the problem with my shoulder? Well, I took a stinger whilst I was over in New Zealand. It hurt like hell, and I believe it's the same thing. It's just a bit of soreness on the medial deltoid, which is the bit right in the middle of your shoulder, which I shall show you now. Should be around here somewhere. That hurts a lot, so why I'm holding you with that shoulder I don't know. Might even put you down on the bench quickly. Okay, so I have pain going through this part of my shoulder here. My lower back, it was just off L3, L4, which again should come up around here, just about now. When you have an injury, you have to be smart and you have to listen to your body. It's as simple as that. There's no point trying to work through it. You can work around it, sure, but don't work through it. With my knee, it makes it difficult to do that because I now have an injury on my upper and lower body, but I also have injuries on my left and my right side. So it makes it that bit more difficult to kind of work around. What I'm hoping for me is that the shoulder is just a bit from the treatment and that tomorrow I'll be absolutely fine and dandy and be able to move. I can still move, just hurts to hold things and push a little bit. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? With my back, again, it's just a recurring injury. It's something that happens quite regularly. It's annoying that it happens, but you know, it is what it is. It actually happened, it's an old injury. It happened when I was like, we think it happened when I was like 10. I used to play in the front row. I was the big fat kid. And I collapsed in a scrum and my back went and just pinched. Prevention wise, in a sport setting there's not a lot you can do. You can warm up, you can just try and stay away from the injuries, but again, injuries are part and parcel with sport, so there's not a huge amount that can be done. You can get physio when you feel like a little niggle, but again, it just comes down to listen to your body. Don't be dumb. Don't try and play through an injury that you think could be quite serious, or even something that's not serious, like, I don't know, you've taken got a bit of a dead calf, you've got a hit on your leg or something. It can manifest into something more serious if you don't treat it properly, if you don't recover properly. You have over a dog and you have a ball. It's amazing. Go on then. Bastard. There you go. Now you can go. So how do we stop injuries? Or can we? So the answer to the can we is no. Like I said earlier, they happen in sport. It's just one of those things you cannot avoid. But what you can do is reduce those risks. So, for instance, a hamstring injury. Foam rolling. Now, there's lots of people that say foam rolling doesn't work, and some of the research is very contradictory. I will try and link a few papers down below, should you want to read them, and should you want to actually understand a bit more about foam rolling. Now, people say it kind of feels like a massage. In my eyes, it doesn't, but it does kind of help push some of the lactic acid out of the muscle and just relieve some of the tightness and the tension in the muscle. Which is kind of annoying because I have tension in my shoulders at the moment and I cannot do anything about it. Another thing to avoid injury is to not put yourself in those positions in the first place. For instance, the muscle ups, which is what has injured my shoulder, it comes down to probably doing them slightly too much. It's something you have to practice, but I've literally gone 2 weeks straight practicing it, 10-15 minutes a day for 2 weeks. So it's a bit of an overuse injury and it's really, really sore. It's just one of those things that happens. For me, my back was an unavoidable injury. It's just a kind of a game incident. My back's gone, I've gone down, scrum's like this, scrum's gone down, and my back has done, so I've gone head first like that, and my back has gone, as if I've broken my fingers kind of thing. So really, injuries and things just come down to you being smart. It doesn't mean that you need to stop playing your sport, stop doing what you enjoy. It just means you need to be aware of risk and assess the risk. One incident that has come up a lot in rugby is concussion. There are definitely ways around that. If the kids are taught to tackle properly, if athletes tackle properly, then you're not going to get the concussion. You're not going to have the huge concussion rates that are going on at the moment. Along the same lines of rugby, parents are also calling for it to be banned. I think, in my personal opinion, I think that's stupid. I think any parent that wants to ban rugby because it's contact, you're wrapping your kids up in cotton wool and quite frankly, they're not going to do very well in life if you wrap them up. It's not going to work. You can't protect your kids from everything. Let them enjoy themselves. Scott Duncan in New Zealand is brilliant for this. It's play learning kind of stuff. They let them literally run around and pick up bricks and run around a forest with sticks and hit each other and fall down. That's great. It's the same concept here with rugby and football and cricket, and it's just dumb. Don't ban it because you don't like it. Don't ban it because you think it's not safe. It is. I've had one injury from rugby, which was my back, in the 11, nearly 12 years that I've been playing. I have seen some people get knocked out, but that's because the people who have tackled them have been stupid and haven't been coached properly. So, to round up, don't be daft. Go into it, warm up properly. It's actually a really good prevention thing, which I haven't mentioned just yet. Recover, stretch, warm down, cool down, be smart. Assess the risk. If you think it's really going to hurt you, if you go into heavy on a lift, if you're going into a situation where you think you're going to get hurt, let's be honest, just let's not do it. And finally, enjoy yourself. Assess the risk. If the risk is worth taking, if you think that you're going to be able to lift the weight, if you think that you're going to be able to do well in a sport, if you think that you might get hurt in a sport, look at football, for instance. Still get hurt in football. If you think you're going to get hurt in a sport, but you know it's part of the sport, just play it. It happens. If you get injured, don't dwell on it. Just do your best to recover, and then you'll be all good.